Everyone loves free things, free advice, free money, free opportunities. But nobody asks the most dangerous question: who is paying the price? Because in real life, nothing is truly free. If you don't pay with money, you pay with time. If you don't pay with effort, you pay with regret. And this story is not motivation. It is a real lesson learned the hard way. Ramesh never believed that nothing is free, not because he was careless, but because life had never clearly shown him the hidden cost. He grew up watching people around him struggle endlessly, working hard every day and still living the same life. And somewhere deep inside his mind, a dangerous thought settled quietly, that there must be a smarter, easier way to escape all this pain. Because if hard work really guaranteed success, then everyone around him would already be successful. Every morning, Ramesh traveled by a crowded local bus to his small office job, standing for long hours, listening to the same tired complaints from the same tired people, and every evening he returned home exhausted, scrolling through his phone, watching strangers online living a life that looked effortless, joyful, and unfairly easy. Young people his age were buying cars, traveling the world, and speaking confidently about freedom, and Ramesh began to believe that life was unfair only to those who didn't find the right shortcut. One evening, while sitting at a tea stall near the bus stop, Ramesh met Suresh, an old-school friend who looked unusually confident, well-dressed, and relaxed. Suresh spoke differently now, as if stress no longer lived in his voice, and Ramesh immediately felt something burning inside him, a mix of curiosity, jealousy, and hope. "You still working that job?" Suresh asked casually. Ramesh nodded and smiled weakly. "What choice do I have?" Suresh leaned back and said, "You think too small. Money is everywhere. People just don't know how to take it." That sentence stayed with Ramesh the whole night. Over the next few days, Ramesh kept thinking about Suresh's words, replaying them again and again. And when Suresh finally called him and spoke about an opportunity that required very little effort and almost no risk, Ramesh didn't feel fear. He felt relief, as if life had finally decided to reward him for his patience. Suresh explained everything confidently, using big words and screenshots of profits, and the more Ramesh listened, the more he felt that familiar hunger growing stronger, because the offer didn't demand years of struggle, painful discipline, or slow growth. It demanded belief. And belief felt free. Ramesh invested his savings, money he had carefully kept aside for emergencies, telling himself that this was not gambling, this was being smart. For a few weeks, things worked perfectly. Small profits came regularly, messages arrived on time, and Suresh kept reassuring him that this was just the beginning. Ramesh felt proud, not just because of the money, but because he finally believed he had outsmarted life, and every time he saw his colleagues complaining about work, he felt secretly superior, thinking that soon he would escape this routine forever. Then one morning, the messages stopped. At first, Ramesh didn't panic. He told himself to be patient. But as hours turned into days and calls went unanswered, fear slowly replaced confidence. And when the truth finally revealed itself, when the platform disappeared and Suresh stopped responding, Ramesh felt something heavier than loss. He felt betrayed by his own hope. The money was gone. The silence was loud. For days, Ramesh couldn't sleep properly, replaying every decision, every ignored warning, every moment when he chose excitement over logic. And that was when he realized the truth that no motivational video had ever explained clearly. Nothing had been free. Not the promise, not the opportunity, not even the hope. He had paid with trust, peace of mind, and self-respect. Weeks later, Ramesh returned fully to his job, but something inside him had changed. He noticed how his manager stayed late every day, how senior employees kept learning new skills, how the people who slowly progressed never spoke loudly about success. Their growth was quiet, invisible, and paid for daily. One evening, Ramesh met Mr. Sharma, an older colleague known for his calm nature and consistent career growth. While sharing tea, Ramesh finally asked the question that had been haunting him. "Sir, why does everything in life feel so difficult? Why does nothing come easily?" Mr. Sharma smiled gently and said, "Because ease is borrowed from the future. Life always collects its payment." That sentence hit Ramesh harder than any loss. From that day, Ramesh stopped searching for free success. He started waking up earlier, learning new skills after work, saving small amounts consistently, and most importantly, he stopped expecting immediate results. The process was slow and uncomfortable, but it felt honest. Months passed, then years. Ramesh didn't become rich overnight. He didn't post luxury photos online. But something far more valuable happened. He became confident in his effort. He knew that whatever he earned it fully, without fear of it disappearing suddenly. One evening, while standing at the same bus stop where he once met Suresh, Ramesh noticed a young man speaking excitedly about an easy opportunity to someone else. Ramesh smiled sadly, recognizing the same hunger he once had. He wanted to stop them, to warn them, but then he remembered, some lessons cannot be taught for free. They must be experienced. As Ramesh boarded the bus, he finally understood the deepest truth of life. Nothing is free, but everything that is paid for honestly stays.